Okay, situation. A 125 millimeters thick slab has the following specifications. FC prime is 27.5 megapascal. The clear cover is 20 mm. FY is 275 megapascal for 12 and 10 mm bars. And FY is 413 megapascals for 16 mm bars. Use strength reduction for flexure of 0.9. So first question, determine the ultimate flexural strength of the slab if it is reinforced with 10 mm bars spaced at 125 millimeters center to center. So as you can see dito sa example na to, ano to, slab naman, 'di ba? Design and analysis ng slab. So even if this is a slab, the design and analysis is still uniform with the design and analysis of beams. Dahil pag pinag-uusapan ay flexure, no? Flexure, ganun pa rin yun. Ang pinag-aiba lang, yung cross-section natin. So, o nga pala, this slab can be considered as one-way slab kahit walang sinabi kasi wala namang ibang details na binanggit, eh, no? So, one-way slab siya. So, kapag one-way slab, yung cross-section ng one-way slab ay kinukuha lang natin is 1 meter width, di ba? Kung halimbawa, ito yung slab natin, ito yung long span, ito yung short span, yan. Okay? Ang idea kasi dyan, guys, once na niloadan natin to ng floor load, di ba may floor load dito eh. Yan, may floor load dyan, no? Ganyan, may floor load. So, ang possible na mangyari, kung ito yung long span, ito yung short span. Okay? So, possible na mangyari is kapag yung S over L ay less than or equal to 0.5, so that's considered one-way slab. And what's special about one-way slab is kapag nag-bend siya, along the short direction lang. So, ganito siya mag-bend. Yan siya mag-bend. Okay? So, mag-bend siya in that direction. Okay? So, in the analysis, syempre dahil nag-bend siya in that direction, lumalabas ngayon na kapag i-analyze natin siya in this section, dito tayo sa section na ito titingin. Dito. Dito ka mag-analyze sa section na yan. Okay? So, kapag dinrawin natin yung section AA, ganito itsura. So, kapag doon tayo nakatingin, parang lumalabas lang yung slab natin ito. Tapos, we can assume na simple supports to. Okay? Kasi yung bending niya nga, pag ganito eh. Pag ganyan. Di ba? So, ngayon, lumalabas na yung length na to is actually short span. Ayan. Okay? Ngayon, yung cross-section niya, ito. Halimbawa, ito yung cross-section niya. Yun yung parang section or parang, yes, cross-section nung concrete, no? So, ang usual na ginagawa natin, kumukuha lang tayo ng 1 meter strip. 1 meter. Okay, kumukuha lang tayo ng 1 meter. Ngayon, kapag katinignan naman natin yung section na yan, yung section na yan, tawagin natin section BB. So, ang itsura ng section na yan, ganito. So, ito yung cross-section nung, nung slab. So, palakihin lang natin. So, ganito siya. Ayan. Okay? So, assuming that we are using 1 meter width or 1,000 mm. Tapos ito ngayon yung lumalabas na depth ng slab. Ayun yung depth ng slab. Okay? Tapos yung reinforcement niyan, possibly nandito. Example lang yan. Nandiyan yung reinforcement niya. So lumalabas, ito yung effective depth. Okay? So sa slabs, ang effective depth natin can be calculated as the depth of the slab minus yung concrete cover minus 1/2 ng bar diameter. So wala nang stirrups kasi hindi naman tayo naglalagay ng stirrups sa slabs. No? So diretso na kagad tayo sa main bar diameter. So ganyan siya. So ibig sabihin yung analysis niya is para lang ding beam, yun nga lang automatic na yung width ay 1,000. Alright? So ngayon, yung sinasabi niyang spacing, ito yon, ito yung center-to-center spacing ng mga flexure bars. Yan. Okay? And nakocompute natin yung spacing na yon, okay, by dividing sa 1,000 itong number of bars na to. Okay? So ang spacing ay 1,000 divided by number of bars. So in short, kung kukumpitin natin number of bars, that is just 1,000 over spacing. Okay? Kaya for number one, sabi niya kasi dito sa number one, determine the ultimate flexural strength of the slab if it is reinforced with 10 mm bars spaced at 120 mm center to center. So yung diameter ng bar natin ay 10. Ang spacing na binigay, 125 mm. So dun sa number one, we can define ilan yung bars. So 1,000 over ang spacing the 125. So that gives us 8. So we have exactly 8 bars per 1,000 or per 1 meter width, no? Okay? So therefore, dito sa sa unang tanong, hinapahanap yung bali pinapa-investigate ito, no? Kasi ultimate flexural strength daw eh. So investigation ito. So pinapahanap yung MU. So para mahanap natin yung MU, i-treat lang natin yung cross section na to na parang beam. So parang ganito siya. So let's say, isahin ko na lang, ito yung AS. So yung AS natin ay 8 na 10 mm diameter. Okay? Tapos ito, 1,000. Okay? Tapos ito, yung effective depth. So kumpitin nga pala natin effective depth. So effective depth, so dito ko na lang kumpitin ha. So 125 yung overall thickness. Ang clear cover 20. Tapos yung diameter ng bar for number 1 ay 10. So bali 125 minus 20 minus half ng 10. So that gives us an effective depth equal to 100. So our effective depth here is 100. Ayan. Okay, so to investigate this, again, ito yung tension. Tapos somewhere dito yung compression. So meron tayo dito ulit depth of compression block. Okay, so para ma-compute yan, we will apply C equals T kasi investigation eh, no? So C equals T. So that's 0.85 FC prime AB is equal to AS FY. So dito naman, assume ulit natin na tension steel will yield. Okay? So we have 0.85. FC prime na given ay 27.5 A. Tapos yung B natin ay 1,000. Equals AS. So yung AS natin 8 na pi over 4 10 squared. And then yung FY na given, so here we have to be careful. Dahil 10 mm yung pinapagamit, sabi sa problem, kapag daw 10 mm, yung FY mo 275. Okay, so 275. Okay, and then let's solve for A. 8 pi over 4 times 10 squared times 275 over 0.85 FC prime B. So that's 7.39 mm. Okay, so pwede natin i-check dito kung kung tama ba yung assumption natin na mag-yield yung bakal, no? So kunin natin yung C ay A over beta 1. So dito ang beta 1 natin is 0.85. So that gives us 8.7. And then yung actual steel stress ay 600 D minus C over C. 600 times D is 100 minus C over C. So that's, ang laki, no? 6,300 megapascal. So therefore, correct assumption. Okay? So tension steel yield. So ibig sabihin, tatanggapin natin ngayon yung value ng A na 7.39. So you might ask, sir, paano kung ano, mali assumption ko dito? Ibig sabihin yung FS ko mas mababa sa ano, dito, mas mababa sa yield. So kapag ganon, you will recompute, you will neglect all of these, tapos i-recompute mo. Yun, tapos ang gagawin mo, yung FS, I mean yung FY na to, gagawin mo FS. So yung FS na ito, so ito, isa-substitute mo dun. And then you will shift solve for A. So ganun yung mangyayari. Okay? Pero sa slab kasi normally ang nangyayari talaga, nag-yield lang yung bakal kasi masyado ng ano yan eh, malapad yung width, no? So anyway, that's our A. And then after that, we can now proceed in calculating for the ultimate moment capacity. So the ultimate moment capacity, MU, is equal to phi mn. So for this problem, sabi niya, use phi equals 0.9. Tapos yung mn natin, dito na lang, yung mn natin, oh. So ang mn natin, it's either C times D minus A over 2 or it could also be T times D minus A over 2. Okay, so whichever you find easier, no? So siguro ang gawin ko na lang, itong T na lang yung papagagamitin ko kasi mas maigsi, no? Ito lang yung area, tas ito yung Fy. Kapag C kasing ginamit natin, ito naman ang gagamitin natin. 0.85 Fc prime AB. Okay, so I will just use T. So AS Fy D minus A over D. So same lang ang magiging answer dyan, guys. 8 pi over 4 times 10 squared. Tapos yung Fy natin ay 275. Tapos D, 100 minus A over 2. Ayan. Okay? And then once again, this is going to be in Newton millimeter. So 0.9 times 8 times pi over 4 times 10 squared times 275 times 100 minus 7.39 over 2. Okay, so that is in Newton millimeter. So para maging kilo Newton meter, divide mo lang ng 1 million. So that's 14.976 kilo Newton meter. So that will be our design strength. Okay, so our answer for the first question is letter B. Next, number 2. Determine the ultimate flexural strength of the slab if it is reinforced with 16 mm bars spaced at 200 mm center to center. So actually, pinapaulit lang yung number 1. Pero this time, ang diameter ng bar natin ay 16. Tapos yung spacing 200. So we will just repeat exactly what we did, no? So for number 2, una muna kunin natin yung number of bars. 1,000 over spacing. So that's 1,000 over 200. This gives us 5. So 5 bars. So we can already compute for AS. So yung AS natin ay 5 pi over 4 times 16 squared. Okay, so basically ganun lang ulit. No, bali ang mangyayari lang ganito ulit. Papain ko na lang. So ito lang ulit 'yan. Yun nga lang, Yun nga lang, hindi na to 275. Hindi na rin to 8. Tsaka hindi na rin to 10. Okay? And also, magbabago yung effective depth. Kasi iba na yung diameter eh. So ito ay 16 mm. Tapos dahil 16 mm yung gamit, sabi sa problem, 413 megapascal daw kapag 16 mm diameter. Okay? And then, what else? Yung effective depth. So effective depth natin, okay, will become 125 minus concrete cover minus half nung bar diameter. So, 16 na kasi yung bar diameter. Kaya magbabago na to. So, that's 97. Ayan. So, 97 mm na effective din. Okay, so again, to investigate the nominal capacity, we will start off with C equals T and then we will solve for A. Okay, so again, assume tension steel yields. So we have 0.85 FC prime A, B equals AS, 5 pi/4 times 16 squared, and then FY is 413. And then we will just solve for A. Okay? So solving for A, we have, may mute. Yun na yun. Ayan, okay na. So, okay, so solving for A, we have 0.8, rather, 5 pi/4 times 16 squared times 413 over 0.85 FC prime B. So that's 17.76. Okay? Tapos kunin natin yung C, A over beta 1, para malaman natin kung tama ba yung assumption natin. We will compute for the actual stress, no? Known tension steel. So 20.9. So therefore, our Fs, 600 D minus C over C. So 600 times effective depth 97 minus C over C. So that gives us, again, 2,185. So malaki siya. Mas malaki siya sa FY na 413. So therefore, correct assumption. The tension still yields. Okay? So therefore, i-adapt natin yung A na 17.76 millimeters. Alright, and from here, pwede na natin makompute yung ultimate moment capacity. So basically, ulitin lang natin to, no? Ayan din yun. Babaguhin lang natin yung mga values. Tuloy ko na lang yan. Ayan, so magiging ano lang to, magiging 5. Ito magiging 16. Ito magiging 413 FY. Tapos itong effective depth magiging 97. Tapos yung A magiging 17.76. Okay, and then of course nagbabago to. Okay, so that gives us, kapag dinivide sa 1 million, 32.93 kilonewton meters. Okay? And that would be our answer for number 2. So letter C. All right, so lastly, for this item, number 3, if 10 bars are replaced with 12 diameter bars, what is the required spacing of the 12 bars? So papalitan daw, halimbawa daw, gumamit ka ng umpisa ng 10. So ngayon, pinalitan mo ng 12. So ano daw yung magiging required spacing? Okay? So actually, itong number 3, mayroon siyang connection dito sa number 1. Ito. Yan, may connection siya sa number 1. So parang yung tinutukoy niya dyan na 10 ito yung criteria. Ito yung diameter, ito yung spacing. No? So parang tinatanong sa atin, paano kung gagawin kong 12 to? Ano yung magiging required na spacing na tong 12 bars? So ibig sabihin, para ma-connect natin silang dalawa, kailangan, yung tinutukoy niya sa number D, kailangan yung capacity nitong number 1 ay maging same lang yung capacity dito kahit napalitan mo siya ng diameter. So, ibig sabihin dito, isi-set natin na yung MU natin ay equal din dito sa sagot natin, which is 14.97. Okay, tapos pinapahanap yung spacing. Okay? So, in short, etong number 3 is actually a design problem. No, kasi hinahanap natin ay spacing. Alright? So, for number 3, we will adapt MU from number 2, I mean from number 1, which was 14.976. And since we are designing, we will equate MU to VMN. Okay, so again, ito yung cross-section natin. So meron ditong effective depth. Tapos ito ay 1,000. And then ito, yung AS natin is consist of, hindi natin alam yung number, no? Pero yung diameter ng bar na gagamitin ay 12 So, ibig sabihin yung FY niyan, 275 according to the problem. Okay? So, meron ulit tayo ditong depth of compression block. That is A. Okay? And then, ito yung compression. Ito yung tension. So, now, we need to first find kung ano yung effective depth. Kasi nagbago na naman tayo ng bar diameter. Eh. So, effective depth is 125 overall depth minus concrete cover minus 1/2 ng 12. And that's gonna give us, I believe, 99 millimeters. Okay, so that yung MN natin will be equal to C times D minus A over 2. Okay, or that is T times D minus A over 2. So ito yung formula kapag dito tayo nag-moment, ito yung ikot. Ang distance nila D minus A over 2. Ito naman yung formula ng MN kapag dito naman tayo nag-moment, ito naman yung ikot. Ang moment arm naman nila is D minus A over 2 pa rin. Okay, so dito ang una natin gagamitin ito kasi unknown pa yung AS natin eh. Hindi ba natin alam? So para isa lang ulit yung unknown, yung C natin, consist lang kasi ng 0.85 FC prime, given yung FC prime, tapos A unknown, tapos B given na 1,000. So A lang yung unknown natin. So we will have here, gagamitin ko phi CD minus A over 2. Tapos ito, 0.85 FC prime A. So now we will have 14.976 million equals phi 0.9 and then 0.85 FC prime is 27.5 A, B, tapos D minus A over 2. So solving for A, again gagamitin ko yung quadratic formula na usually ko ginagawa. So 0.5 negative ng effective depth. Tapos, ito yung moment. divided by phi 0.85 FC prime B. So yung isa 190.553, yung isa naman ay 7.47. So once again, hindi natin to gagamitin or hindi natin pwedeng gamitin to kasi lagpas na siya nung overall depth natin na 125. So ito lang yung pwedeng possible na value natin ng A. So kapag beams to guys, kailangan lang natin i-check yung A against A max para malaman kung singly or doubly reinforced yung design. Kapag slabs, pwede rin natin siya i-compare sa A max para malaman kung adequate ba yung depth nung slab na pinrovide. Kaya lang, since this is a board exam problem, no? Kumbaga, naka-fix na dyan yung depth na binigay. Hindi naman din pwedeng baguhin yan. Kaya, we will just use as is for A. Anyway, maliit naman, lang naman masyado yung A na yan. Kaya sigurado tayo dyan na enough yan, no? Sobrang liit niya eh, no? So, anyway, now that we have A, ang ulit yung tanong, kailangan ko yung AS, no? So, therefore, ang next natin na gagawin, C equals T na. So 0.85 FC prime AB is equal to AS FY. So dahil nagdi-design tayo, automatic FY yan ha. So lagyan lang natin ng values. FC prime is 27.5. Yung A na na-compute natin, 7.47. Yung B ay 1,000. And then AS FY. So this is 275. So our AS would be 634.95. Okay, so normally, check natin to sa minimum, no? Ang minimum for slabs for one-way non-pre-stress slabs. Okay, yung minimum steel area ay 0.002 area gross. Kapag kinompute natin yan dito, that is just 0.002. Yung area gross natin is 1,000 yung width, yung overall depth 125. Ilalabas dyan 250 mm squared. Okay, so dahil yung nakuha mo AS, lagpas naman ng AS minimum, so okay na. Okay. Okay, so now let's define the spacing. So spacing yung kailangan natin. So di ba kanina sabi ko ang spacing 1,000 divided by the number of bars. Kaya lang hindi ko alam yung number of bars. So di ba ang number of bars is defined as so pag nag-compute tayo ng number of bars, di ba we just divide yung AS sa area ng bar. So ibig sabihin, pwede rin nating sabihin na yung spacing ay 1,000 divided by AS over area ng bar. Okay, kaya dito, para makompute natin spacing, we have 1,000 over AS na na-compute 634.95. Di-divide natin ang area ng isang bar. So ano ba ang ginamit natin dito? 12 mm, no? 12 mm. Ayan. So ang spacing na required ay 1,000 over 634.95 over pi over 4 times 12 squared. Okay, that's 178.12 mm. Okay? Now, before we adapt that, again, sa NSCP 2015, meron ulit maximum spacing, no? Um, maximum center to center spacing of main bars. main flexure bars of one-way slab. Okay, so that is whichever is smaller between 3H and 450. For this problem, yung H natin 125, no? So 3 times 125, that gives us 375. So ibig sabihin, ang mag-govern dito is yung mas maliit, so 375. So ito yung maximum permissible spacing. So dahil nakuha naman natin, mas mababa sa maximum, so okay yan. Okay. Alright? So therefore, ang i-adapt natin na spacing, take note, kapag spacing, we will round down, no? Hindi round up. So rounding down, so check na lang natin yung choices. So pwede kahit anong mas maliit dyan, no? Na value. So in this particular item, we have, okay, the best answer would be letter C. No, hindi 180 ha, hindi na-round up. Kasi once na ni-round out mo ang spacing, ang mangyayari dyan, mababawasan yung bakal mo. Kasi pinalayo mo sila sa isa't isa eh. So dapat, yung next na lower value kapag spacing. So in this problem, we will choose letter C. So therefore, we can just say here na use 170 mm. Okay, and that would be our answer. Alright? And that's how we solve this problem.